Alrighty, let's take a look at the cheapest, by far, MX5 on the UK market. I bought this for an incredibly low price. I don't want to say who it was. It's not fair to the previous owner. So if you know, you know, just keep to yourselves. So this is literally the first time I've seen it in daylight. I picked this up, I bought it blind, and I picked it up at night. It's got some paintwork issues, you can probably see. Front bumper, nose cone. This is the good side as well. So it's an import Eunos Roadster. It's got the Enki wheels on. I think that's how you say it, Enki. Arrow speed tyres, decent tread. You can see someone's polished this up, but they've gone through in a few places, which is a shame because they've done quite a good job of polishing it up. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. We'll sort that out. I just squeezed it on my drive. I literally got it last night. It's had a hood fitted from a Mark II, so it's kind of grey in colour rather than black. I don't know whether to dye it or keep it. Let me know what you think. But it goes with a glass screen rather than the plastic ones that go yellow and not see-through. The really good thing about this car is she's pretty solid, which is quite rare for NA MX5s in the UK. So all around the arches are good. I've got a little bit, this is untouched, this is we've got a whammo just there, and a little bit of surface rust creeping in here, which I'm going to treat immediately before my poor little MX5 dissolves into dust. Okay, yeah, the paintwork starts taking a little bit of turn for the worse on the rear bumper. It obviously had a spoiler fitted at some point. I've got the holes in that. And again, this bit's, if you know, is plastic on those, and it's really faded. Wow, pretty faded. It gets a little bit worse, so I kind of have to park it in the hedge because I'm running low on room here. You know, the lack of peel on this door, it doesn't show as bad as it is on the cameras, but on the camera, sorry, but it's pretty bad. Interior wise, it's all there mostly, so someone's gone a bit JDM-yo on it. I kind of, well, my kids like it. I kind of like the Pokemon gear shifter, but I don't know about the other editions. Different steering wheel on there. This is 1.6 manual. It's done 90k something miles or kilometres. It's been changed at some point, I don't know when. Oh, it's got a fog light. There's a fog light down here. No comment, officer. It runs, it drives, it's MOT'd. I drove it back last night. Here's where the paintwork gets really bad. And you see here, it's like a hippo's back, I don't know, a crocodile. This is unreal. You'd have to literally take a hammer and chisel to that. What is, I've never seen paintwork like that. That is just mad. But it did come with some goodies in the boot. Hey, in there we have original steering wheel. I knew these were in there, so I got told about it. So that's the original Momo steering wheel. Manual, beauty. I don't know if there's some kind of irony in this, but it comes with a polisher, brand new, unopened, and some wax. Oh, it's Poor Boys. I've never used that before, but I hear it's really good. Sweet. And he said, I think these are the rear light seals. Hopefully I'm not showing anyone's details there. And that is, these are the seals for around the gearbox apparently. We'll look into that. Now I can say that the items in this boot cost more than I pay for this car. That's as much as I'm going to say. What should I do with it? I don't know. Oh, aerial stuck up. Do I run it as it is? Oh, it's got wheel spacers on. Look, just like that. Do I run as it is? Do I spend a bit of time and money tidying it up? Do I get a turbo kit? Let's see. Here's the worst bit of rot on the car. So again, this arch, it's really good. It's all there. I'm gonna get a little bit lower. So we've got some bubbling going on here. Not too bad. A bit further down though. And, I can tell by the way that it is that it's had a patch here. I think it's been patched there down to somewhere around here, and they've done a reasonable job of it by the looks of things. But it's still, I'll have a bit more of a poke around. I think it's starting to come through, but I'm just going to hit that with some wax oil right away while I figure out what I'm doing with this. So there you go, my Manky Miata. So that's the interior. Got a Lucky Knocking cat from Caffeine and Machine, a flying unicorn, and some Pokemon stuff. I say my daughter's loved this. She's 9 and she's already claimed this car for herself. So yeah, I guess it's Abigail's car. So what we're gonna do, when I pick the car up, I know it runs and drives, so I drove it home, it's fine, it's classed as MOT'd and insured. MOT is like an inspection in the UK. But I did know that the bit not being used in a while and the battery was a bit discharged. So let's do the quickest will it run ever, and will it hold charge overnight and start? Oh yeah. Beauty. And look at that, 3/4 of a tank. Winning. It just keeps giving. 21p in the glove box and some medication. Excellent. We'll find out what that medication is shortly. And also, he did say the original shift knob is in the glove box to replace the Pokemon ball if you want to. And I don't know, I'll see what my kids think. But also, another mystery packet. Another shift knob, an 8-ball, I think. Oh no, 8-ball would be black, wouldn't it? Come on, can't get it out one hand. 3-ball American pool ball shift knob. Lovely. Rear light seals were included in the car, which suggests to me that the rear lights leak, so let's fit them. Yeah, look at this, look. They are done. Right. It's all falling to pieces. Ooh. Yep, out with the old, in with the new. Mint. As I said before, it's been polished and there's a few areas where someone's polished through. Yeah, it arms. So I've been through my special detailing stuff and I found this marker. I think the paint code is Dog Dick Red. Let's see how this works. Oh yeah. Oh cool, I'm not even left-handed. There we go. What burned through on the paint? Perfect. A little more here. Bye-bye. Whoop. And again. Whoop. Mint. And before you say it, look, you know it's the right stuff. Tokyo, Japan, just like the car. That there says Mazda MX5 Dog Dick Red. Fact. So, Abigail is improving the centre console. What are you doing to improve the centre console, Abigail?
Sticking down flappy bits.
Okay. So is this your car now then?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you claimed it as yours?
No.
Okay. So the Pokemon stuff is staying?
Yeah.
Okay, if that's we'll see how that works out. What do you think to the gear shifter? Because I found some more, because it's a Pokemon ball. If you open the glove box, have a look inside the glove box. And there's that one. What do you think, that one or Pokemon?
Pokemon.
What about, there's another one.
Oh.
Open that one.
Okay.
Do you think that one or Pokemon?
Pokemon ball, it's better.
Okay. carry on then. I'm gonna go make dinner. All the boot goodies I found hiding in the spare wheel was there. So it appears to be like a cup holder, but it doesn't really clip in. It's a bit loose, so I'm not too sure about that. But to replace the wrecked gear gator, I found another one. So let's wind that on. Well, that appears to be that genuine Mazda. So we'll fit that while we're in here as well, because it came with the car. Well, I'm learning a lot about Mazdas today from that book that I found in the boot. So, as well as that large gator over the top that the car came with, it all came with this little one here, which turns out is this, replaces this dust boot here, which you can see is split. And now I've figured out what this little piece is. He goes on the end there. So my understanding is, I can literally just knife this off, cut it off, and then this piece, there's rubber impregnated onto the metal, or metal impregnated onto the rubber, whichever way around it is. Believe it or not, this goes this way, up this shaft. So I'm going to grease this shaft, and pull that off. Oh, that just gets worse. In that direction, and then this piece should slide back on like so. This pops off with pliers. I'm going to make sure that these look like they match, which they seem to, because apparently this will break when it pops off, and that will be the end of it. So it's advisable not to take that off unless you have a replacement. So yeah, cut this portion out, remove this metal portion in that direction. Like I say, I'll grease this up to where it slides because it's a real tight fit, and then equally this one will slide down and be just as tight a fit, and hopefully the bolt holes will line up. But then apparently there's also, where this part of the mechanism sits, has its own gear oil reservoir. It's all lubricated by gear oil, so I'm going to suck out the old with my little vacuum pump and replace that up to the correct level. But I will do that on the car. I'm doing this right now, so hopefully I'll get this off, and you'll see what it looks like when it's done. Here we can see I've got the old gator off. It's still off that way. Weren't too bad. I had to cut it a little bit. It was not as bad as I was expecting. There's another collet or something here, bushing, whatever. I don't have that piece, so I'm not changing it. I'm just give this a real good clean up now, and then get the new dust cover will push on this way onto the shaft. Right, that's all nice and cleaned out. Now you can see, look, that plastic bush there is actually white. And now I've just got to slide this dust cover boot on over the top there. Well, we've got the new seal and bush on the shifter, so we'll call that rebuilt. And I've sucked out the old oil out of there and replaced it with fresh and topped it up to what I believe is the correct level. So we'll get that reinstalled now and see how we go. Okay, the thing that really kills these Mazdas is corrosion, and as you can see, this one's pretty good. I'm quite pleased about that. But what can happen is leaf matter and other detritus can build up behind this wing, which will corrode the wing and the front part, the leading edge of the sill there. So what we're going to do, I'll take these bolts out, try and pry the wing back and get any leaf matter or debris out of there and clean it up, see how bad it is. Hopefully should be able to save this wing. It's out from the bottom, and I've undone the start of the shield at the front there, the inner windshield. One bolt sheared, but we'll just ignore that. 2 bolts as good as 3. Let's see how much crap comes out of here. Oh, there we go, look. Saw that. Oh, it's all the way back, look. That's damp, horrible. It's holding all the moisture and dirt trapped behind the wing there. So let's see if we get all of this cleaned out, and then I can wax all the rear of the wing. Add some rust treatment to it. There you go, that's what's come out. Great for your compost, not so much for your Mazda's longevity. So I'm gonna get the hose behind there, wash it out, and then hit it with some under seal rust treatment, and hopefully that will save this one. Okay, I also got told the passenger footwell is another area for rust. So the good news is it's all looking all nice and solid in there. I did find this was a little bit damp, but we've had some ridiculous rain just recently. Also, there's a couple of threaded holes here. Look like there's a plate or something on it and some seal around it. No idea what that was for, but the good news is everything's looking solid. So I've taken the sill plate off, and now I'm going to fire some built hammer Dynax DS50 or something it's called. It's the bomb anyway, it's really good stuff, into all of the holes here to fill that sill channel full of anti-corrosion stuff. On the Dynax then, you see it comes with this lovely long lance that you can post down into the holes on the sill, and then it's got like a 4-way squirter on the end there, so you post it into the hole and then draw it back out while you're spraying, and it'll coat the entirety of the inside of that box section. So good product. Not sponsored, but if you're watching Built Hamber, please do sponsor me. I've got tons of rusty heaps. No screws in the sill cover this side, which is a little bit telling. On the old quick release. A little bit damp underfoot, not as bad as the passenger side, but still solid. Moving along here though, and I've got this little bit of corrosion here. I've poked around with it, and it's solid metal around. So I'm just going to treat that and then cover it up with the sill cover, because this hole, that hole, this hole, that hole, it's fine. Now to treat the rust, I'm using this. It's a Cartinan F. So it's a Polish product Polski. I've been highly recommended this by some of my Polish friends. I've no idea what any of the words say because everything's in Polish. Or I can probably guess that means it's organic, so that's good. But it seems like a really good product. It converts to rust. So that's what I'm using, and it's just a brush on job. What I like to do is pour a bit into the cap, and then I put the bottle somewhere I can almost instantly kick it over, and I get on with painting. Slather it on there. She loves it. Now, I just found this dog dick ragged spray can in the garage. Do you reckon it's a colour match? Highly unlikely. Let's try it anyway. Let's try it down here where it's pretty inconspicuous. Absolutely miles off. Perfect. Right, we're in the boot now, or the trunk of the Miata, and more mysterious holes and sealer both sides. If you can make that one out. Wonder if it had a roll cage. Shame we don't have that anymore. Right, I've just removed some of the wheel arch liners. Unfortunately, we found some more rust. Lucky it's still solid, still savable, but this car's probably never waxed oil because they don't do that in Japan, and I think it was imported in the early 2000s, so it's probably about 20 years of British weather. So again, I'm going to be hitting this with the rust remover. It's worked really well on the rear subframe. So you just spray it on, let it do its thing, come back and wash it off, and then I'll be hitting it all with underseal. Morning YouTubers, and today we're back on the Mazda and we're going to attempt to dye the hood. So the hood's been changed for a Mark II one, which is great because it's got a glass rear window, but it's kind of a grey colour, which I don't really like with the red. So I bought this black canvas dye and we're going to have a crack at that. The first step is to clean the roof. So let's get to it. Right, it's a bright sunny morning. I'm just using washing detergent and a stiff brush. So there's a few bits of algae on the roof. Like I say, I've wet it all down. I'm just scrubbing away at the algae. And some along here was a load of what looks like to be polishing compound. Someone's tried to polish this car, which is wishful thinking because the paint's appalling. So I'm going to crack on, scrub this down. I wouldn't use a pressure washer. Internet wisdom suggests that pressure washers will force the dirt into the canvas, so I'm just going to do it by hand, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, I'll give it all clean. There's a speck here I can't seem to get rid of. I don't know if that's been bleached or something, or something's been dropped off on it. I can't get rid of that. Hopefully the dye will cover it. There's a few darker marks around there, but since we're going dark, I ain't going to worry about that too much. But the main thing is I've got all the algae that was going around here away, and that seems like the majority of the polishing compound off the front there. So let this dry, and then I'll come back with the dye, give it a go. Okay, I've already got some on the paintwork. Let's see how easily it comes off. Oh yeah, pretty easy. You know, maybe if you care about your paintwork, you should mask off, but it seems to wipe off fairly easy. What's going on? Pretty good. Coverage looks okay. Hopefully it doesn't come out patchy. I'd definitely recommend doing this in the shade because it seems to dry quite quickly. But there's a contrast up before and after. I think it's worthwhile pulling the hood back and getting under this edge. Just try and make the best job you can. You can also get down in this area then, because the hood's slack, and paint all of that. So that's one coat on the whole thing. This is the side that I'd started with and most dry. You see a few patches here, a couple here, but not bad. I'm reasonably happy with it so far. And it did say if you're changing colour, which I am, this is grey to black, 2 coats, and I've got almost exactly half left in here. So we'll leave that to dry and then hit it with another coat.